This is All India Radio. Whispers of the Wind. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar presents science serial Whispers of the Wind, based on understanding and managing climate change and global warming. Let's listen to episode number 32 titled Major Climate Agreements.
Bus is punctured or what? Conductor?
Yes.
Oh, conductor?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Where are you taking the bus?
Hey. What is this, conductor, huh? You are diverting the bus?
Yes.
How am I to reach the hospital now?
What the hell are you trying to do? It's almost time that the school closes and I have to fetch my daughter. How can you divert the bus to a different route?
You silly driver. You must have informed us when we purchased the ticket.
That's correct.
I have to go to office. I have to reach in time. But you don't seem to care even a bit.
Hey, you are blaming me unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily?
Yes, just look out of the window.
Yes. Something is wrong there. The police is creating a cordon. Hey, what happened, conductor, huh?
Now you are asking me, huh? Hey, some gas is leaking from nearby factory.
Hey Sujoy, tell me one thing. What's this gas the conductor is referring to?
You are right. The pungent smell has already reached us.
Oh yes, I think it's ammonia.
That means ammonia leak has taken place over there. It could become dangerous for the locality if the leak is not plugged soon.
Of course, it can turn into a big accident. First, everyone will feel some irritation in their eyes and nostrils and throat. But if the pollution persists and the supply of gas is not cut off, then many will have to be taken to the hospital.
Come on, you sound scaring.
Oh.
I believe the leak will be identified soon and someone will definitely plug it.
Oh, come on, Sujoy. Optimism is good, but it doesn't always pay.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that people have a very short memory. You know, last year a similar leak occurred at a factory not far from here.
When?
There was no plugging for more than 6 hours. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Just about a kilometer from here.
Yes.
It made big headlines the next day.
Now you tell me. What did we learn from that accident? Nothing, I suppose. How can they allow such factories to operate without safety mechanisms? If I were in control, I would have shut down all these units.
Hey, madam. Many poor fellow earn their livelihood from these factories. How can you think of shutting these factories? Everyone will starve.
Yeah, that's right, but we have to take care of the climate as well.
Bakul. Let's get down at this stop. We could take an auto rickshaw to reach college.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is happening these days?
Hey, Sujoy.
Yeah.
Something seems to be very wrong here.
Yeah.
See, so many students are not supposed to be here at the gate. It looks like an impromptu strike.
Let me try to find out. Ankit is there at the corner.
Oh, yes.
Let's ask him.
Okay.
Ankit!
Hey, you guys.
What happened, Ankit? Why are you all at gate? No classes today.
It's a scandal, yaar.
What? Scandal? What has happened actually?
Well, chemistry question for the first year test has been leaked.
What? And how do you know that?
Well, this morning my classmate Suvankar got a call on his phone. The caller must have obtained some wrong information. The fellow thought Suvankar is in first year. He offered to share the paper in return for 2,000 rupees.
That's a small sum. But people are getting so generous these days.
Shut up, Sujoy. This is so serious. What happened then, Ankit?
Well, Bakul, Suvankar got curious. He set up a meeting in the early hours of the morning near the Jubilee Park.
Okay, so you mean Suvankar actually paid the money?
Oh yes, he did. He did a sting operation too.
Sting operation?
Yes. All the while he was talking with the fellow, he kept his cell phone camera on.
Okay, So who's the culprit then? Any clue?
It seems to be someone in the computer section.
Oh.
We are here to pin him down, huh?
Funny day. First we had ammonia leak and now a case of question leak.
Oh, Sujoy, what do we do now? Go back home or you have any alternative idea?
Bakul, let us have a cup of tea first. Need to refresh our brains.
Yeah, that's absolutely required. So let's go to our usual place, Boni Dada's exclusive tea shop.
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
Ankit,
No, you guys go ahead. I have to find out about this scandal.
okay.
Okay, let's go. Boni Dada, hi.
Hi,
Boni Dada.
Sujay.
Yes,
And
Dada.
Bakul.
Dada, 2 lemon tea.
Okay. Take seat. Give me some time. I am alone today, you know?
Alone?
Yeah.
Why, where is Chotu? Well, I can't see him today.
Chotu has left to see his father.
See his father means anything unusual, Dada?
Yes. There has been an accident at a factory in Nagar Bazaar. Some gas producing factory, as far as I know. You know, Chotu's father is a laborer in that factory.
Okay.
He stays in the factory compound. I got a call from an unknown number an hour back saying Chotu's father has been admitted to the nearby hospital.
Oh,
Bakul, our bus was diverted to avoid that same accident route.
yeah, Sujoy. But see, didn't I say that ammonia leak could lead to dangerous consequences? Chotu's father must have been living very near the storage tanks or the processing units.
Oh.
Thus, he would have received the most serious impact when the leak started.
Yeah, it's pretty serious it seems, Dada. Dada, did the caller mention what has actually happened to Chotu's father?
Nothing. He was in such a hurry, you know. It seemed like he was given the responsibility of informing the family members of several such laborers.
Oh God, that means it already is a major disaster.
Looks like.
Yes, but I will keep saying that such factories need to be closed down. One comes to such units for earning livelihood, but actually spend their lives in great risks.
Ammonia is in such demand in the fertilizer industry. Such units will utilize all loopholes in the system to keep running their businesses.
Farooq, want another cup of tea?
Oh, yes, Bonnie. You know, I would love to have it. Make it a strong one this time. I can't clear my throat, you know. It's so irritating.
Farooq, my tea won't be sufficient to cure your disease.
Oh.
You need to see a doctor, good doctor.
Bonnie, my friend, I've told you several times that I do not have the money to go to a very good doctor.
But what happened to your throat?
So, Joy, Farooq won't tell you. He used to work in a plywood board making factory. It was quite a big factory in the south. Laborers in the factory suffered from several health problems. Farooq suffered too.
Oh, Bonnie. Again, you are narrating that story to people. I told you that I do not want.
Can you keep mum? Huh?
Yes.
What I was saying? Yeah, Farooq himself was also affected by the wood dust. He organized the workers and started demanding more safety measures for the workers. The end result was that he was ousted from the factory.
Dada, that is so tragic.
Here's your lemon tea. See if you need some more salt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dada. It's perfect.
Good.
But Farooq.
Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I took your name. I mean, Dada.
It's okay, beta, it's okay. See, the most important thing is that nowhere in the world you will find factories obeying the rules. They will definitely, somehow, will find a way to bypass those.
So Joy and Bakul, Farooq is never limited to our locality or even our country. He is always concerned about the whole world. Farooq,
Yes?
your tea.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So, you are college students, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you must know about the CFCs?
CFC, I mean, Dada, you are asking about chlorofluorocarbons, right?
Right. What about the rules that were framed internationally to stop the production of those harmful gases? I mean, who cares to obey those?
You mean the Montreal Protocol?
Yes.
Well, I'm quite impressed by your knowledge, Farooq Dada.
Bakul, didn't I say that he is always concerned about the whole of the world?
Yes.
He comes to my shop every morning and scans the pages of the newspaper like no one else does.
Wow.
The protocol was signed in 1987, right, Bakul?
Yes, Sujoy, you are always right with the dates and years. It was indeed 1987. What we have been told is that following that protocol, the production of CFCs has officially ended in developing countries in 2010.
That is all misinformation, kids.
What?
Yes. Only a week ago, I read a report that CFCs are being illegally used in about 10 provinces in China.
But Dada, if production has been stopped, then where are they getting the gases from?
There are unlicensed factories in Mongolia.
Really?
Yes, factories producing such gases continue to exist in mainland China even. And now, if this is the general picture, then tell me, who would stop the unsafe production of ammonia in our country?
CFCs are used in several industrial production. That I know.
Yes, and in China, the factories are illegally using CFC 11 to manufacture foam.
Oh.
It is in high demand as an insulator in the booming construction sector.
Really strange. The leaders from several countries join the international negotiations and raise high hopes for the future.
Yeah.
But then what happens? Things go on as usual.
CFCs are extremely dangerous for our ozone cover. Ultraviolet ray will penetrate freely into our body if that shield is gone.
Correct,
Yes.
absolutely right you are.
I only hope that Chotu's father is safe. If Chotu has to stay at the hospital for a few days, then I will be in real trouble.
My friend Bonnie, you can be in trouble even if you continue to keep Chotu in your shop.
Huh?
Yes, you are employing child labor.
Yeah.
Even if I send Chotu home, I don't know whether he will be at all leaving my shop. We were planning to put him in a evening school, you know.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yes.
Dada, whatever your plans are, please think over this again. We all need to be safe.
Correct.
Sujoy, I think we should go now and see if the agitation has mellowed, and if possible, I just want to attend the practical classes today.
Okay, let us go. Here's the money, Bonnie Dada. Take care.
Okay.
Oh God, it's pretty hot, right?
Yeah, my handkerchief is already soaked in sweat.
But Sujoy, it's not supposed to be so hot at this time of the year. But see the heat.
Yeah, you're right. I have to turn the fan full speed if I am to get sound sleep at night. And you know what my grandma says?
What?
She sort of keeps whining that it was never so hot when she was young. When she was married to my grandpa and came to her house, then the temperatures at this time of the year was so soothing.
Nice memories to cherish, huh?
Yeah.
But she's correct. Even the weather department say that the average temperature is rising with each passing year.
Again, it's all about a gas escaping into the atmosphere.
Well said. It's all about carbon dioxide piling up in our atmosphere.
Hey, Bakul, what about our Professor Rakshit?
Why? What about him?
Arey, you have forgotten completely.
Oh,
Do you remember that we had a seminar about 6 months ago?
oh, yeah. that film was screened. What was the name? An Inconvenient Truth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was when Professor Rakshit spoke to us about climate change.
Yes, you are right. He in fact told us that he was going to Poland.
Yeah.
It was in December, I suppose.
Yeah, early December. I remember the name of that meeting. It is called Conference of Parties, and this was the, I guess, 24th edition.
So I think we will find him today. If the practical class is off, then we shall seek to know what happened then.
Okay, nice idea. There is his room.
Yeah.
But Bakul, it seems to be empty.
Yeah, I think so.
But let's
Excuse me? Looking for someone, students?
Yes. Yes, sir.
we were looking for you, sir.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm honored. What business do you have with me? Your mates are all there at the gate. And you two come here stealthily looking for me.
No, sir. Actually, we were very impressed by your speech in the seminar.
Yes.
Which seminar? Are you talking about the one that was on climate change? Huh?
Right,
Yeah,
sir,
yeah.
right. It was so informative. And you told us that you were traveling to Poland for attending the climate change meeting.
Yes, I did. It is called COP24 in short. But what do you want to know actually?
Actually, sir, we were so curious to know what happened there. I mean, we all keep saying that it is increasingly becoming hot and something must be done to stop this. So we thought...
You thought that something had been done in Poland this time, huh?
No, I mean, we don't know. If you can tell us about that.
Yeah.
Well, it's my turn to be impressed. By the way, what are your names?
Sir, I'm Sujoy and she's Bakul. We study chemistry honors. We are in the second year, sir.
Now tell me, what do you expect to happen in such an international meeting?
Sir, actually, we do not have any concrete idea.
Sir, maybe some pact was signed?
Yeah.
If we were so easy to get a pact signed every year, it is not done that way, my children. Even if a pact is signed, it is extremely difficult to implement the same.
Okay. I see, sir.
No, my boy. It is not even easy to see the difficulties. The first major pact of the climate change that was signed is called the Kyoto Protocol.
Sir, it was in 1997.
Wonderful, Sujoy. I can see that you were very attentive in that seminar, huh?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, actually, he is very sharp at remembering the eventful years.
Yeah.
A useful quality, I must say. This year, the conference was held in Katowice in Poland. And that was important for the Paris Agreement that we had in 2015.
Sir, I have read a little about this in newspapers. But I don't really understand why the Paris Agreement is important.
Bakul, let me explain the scenario. The Kyoto Protocol defined emissions level of greenhouse gases for developed nations to be achieved by 2012.
Okay.
After that, there was need for another agreement. Thus, the countries of the world signed the Paris Agreement in 2015.
Sir, what is the aim this time?
Sujoy, the aim is to limit the rise of temperature to 1.5 degree over pre-industrial temperatures and also to boost climate action financing.
Oh.
Sir, you said that the countries of the world agreed.
Yes?
But I have heard that the United States of America has not agreed to the proposals laid down in the agreement. Is it right?
You are right, Bakul. The United States, which joined the agreement in 2016, announced its intention in July 2017 to withdraw from it.
Oh.
However, the nation remains a party to the agreement at least until November 2020, which is the earliest that it can legally request to withdraw from it.
Okay.
I see. Does that mean that the Paris Agreement has not succeeded in doing what it wanted to?
Sujoy, do not jump to such a conclusion. You have to look at positive aspects as well.
Okay.
The agreement has been ratified by 184 countries and entered into force in November 2016. The 2015 conference was important from other viewpoints also.
Like?
Like 18 high-income countries committed to donating $100 billion a year for climate action in developing countries. So far, over $70 billion has been mobilized.
That's really good.
Sir, I'm a bit confused.
Like what?
This morning we witnessed the consequences of a major leak in an ammonia producing factory.
Okay.
A lot of people would like to see these factories shut down, but the
Yes, sir. Where would the workers go if such units are closed?
Wait a minute. I still cannot follow the trail of your thoughts.
what I mean to ask is that if all the agreements in the world seek to curb emissions, it means those are scripted to stop the burning of fossil fuels, right?
Absolutely right till this point. Go ahead.
But sir, is it possible to shut down our oil rigs or say all the coal mines? Where would the hapless workers go?
Excellent, Sujoy. You actually pack a lot of questions in one query, huh? See, most of the time in these annual conferences, what we see is a tug of war.
A tug of war, as in.
Every nation strives to commit as little as possible. But for scientists and curious observers like us, there are other points of attraction too.
Okay. So, sir, what did you find attractive this time?
You know, the place Katowice in Poland is in the heart of a coal-dominated region.
Really?
In fact, Poland announced the opening of a new coal mine in the region shortly before the conference began.
Okay. So you mean to say that the hosts themselves were showing disrespect to the theme of climate talks?
You can say that, but at the same time, you have to give some importance to what they said.
What exactly?
Around 80% of the Poland's electricity come from coal. So it is not easy to give up on a coal altogether.
Yeah.
And you will be amused to know that the Katowice pavilion inside the conference venue featured walls, floors, soap and even earrings all made from coal.
Really?
Wow, that's so novel.
But sir, where does the workers' interest figure here?
Patience, my boy, patience. The president of Poland talked of a just transition for workers away from fossil fuel jobs.
Sounds quite different. Just transition.
Yes, whatever it sounds like, a well-planned alternative has to replace the miner's job. Otherwise, there'll be unrest in the society. You just cannot render people jobless in the name of building a clean economy.
I see. Saving the climate and the people might mean two different things sometime.
Don't be so upset, my boy. There are examples around the world where noticeable work has been done to replace coal as well as coal-related jobs.
Well, I remember reading about the Navajo tribe of America.
What about them?
I have read that they had leased the land that contained a lot of coal to a private company.
Oh.
The condition was that people from the tribe should be employed sufficiently.
Oh.
But now the whole area is suffering due to the pollution created by coal mining. The tribal people are suffering.
You are absolutely right. That is why some non-government agencies are trying to create opportunities that will release the community from their reliance on coal. So, Sujoy, hope is round the corner.
Sir, the example is really impressive.
Well, but now you have to impress me by leaving me alone, huh?
But why, sir? Did we do anything wrong?
Yeah.
No, not at all. The fact is that I'm editing a volume on the outcome of Katowice conference.
Wow, sir.
So I need to focus on my work now. But I would really love to chat with you whenever I get the chance. You two are really brilliant.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye. Listen.
Yes, sir.
You better leak out from where you have entered, huh? The gate behind the canteen?
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye. See you.
Whispers of the Wind. You are listening to the 32nd episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar titled Major Climate Agreements. This episode was written by Dr. Manas Pratim Das. Coordinators were Dr. Nakul Parashar and Dr. Virendra Kumar Tyagi. This episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar, presented by Dilip Jha, and assisted by Arvind Sharma. Participants were Nikhil Diwan, Megha Sharma, Pranshu, Gaurav Devgan, Rakshit Thapliyal, and Sudarshan Kumar. Hey listeners, please stay with us. Here are 2 questions for you. The lucky winners will get attractive prizes from Vigyan Prasar. The first question is, in which industry ammonia is in demand? And second question is, what does CFC mean? You can send your answers by simple post. Our address is Science Serial, Whispers of the Wind, Director Vigyan Prasar, A50 Institutional Area, Sector 62, Noida 201309. You can also write on our email ID radio@vigyanprasar.gov.in. Please do write or mail us your full name, age and profession. If associated with Science Club, do let us know the membership of your club. If you have any query or question, do not hesitate to write to us. We will be back again with the next episode of this science serial, Whispers of the Wind, same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.